Welcome to Minds Made Steady. This is a Prosper Counseling podcast that focuses on faith, feelings, and practical psychology. I'm Larissa, a mental health therapist who blends psychology and faith with practical tools to help individuals and families step out of overthinking and survival mode. Here, you'll learn simple ways to feel calm, steady, and fully present. Today, we are looking at chapters 10 through 12 of the book Prosper in Motherhood. This section goes right into the quieter inner dialogues that moms often have but don't say out loud. Resentment, loneliness, the harsh inner critic, the constant shoulds. Resentment often sounds like irritability on the outside, but underneath it may be exhaustion, grief, disappointment, overload, or a need that has gone unnamed for too long. Loneliness can happen even when you are surrounded by people. You can have children touching you all day and still feel emotionally unseen. You can be in a house full of noise and still feel like no one really knows what is happening inside of you. The inner critic takes those tender places and turns them into accusations. You should be more grateful. You should be more patient. You should be able to handle this. You should not need so much help. But shame does not create lasting change. Compassion helps us to tell the real truth about ourselves. A willing heart is different than a resentful heart. A willing heart does not pretend motherhood is easy. It says, God, help me stay open here. Help me notice what is happening within me and help me respond with truth instead of pressure. This is the work of peace that holds. Not perfect peace because life isn't perfect, but steady peace because God is steady. One story from the book I want to share is I remember when I had 3 under 3 and I was feeling really resentful. Everything felt hard. There was laundry piles everywhere, dishes piling up everywhere, everyone having constant needs. I felt depleted, sleep deprived, resenting that season of life. One morning at 4:30 a.m., while my 2 toddlers were playing on the floor and I was nursing a baby in my lap, I was complaining to God. And I'll never forget it, but I heard the Lord say, I've given you everything you've hoped and prayed for. And that instant changed me. I realized he was right and that I was needing more structure and support. I needed to take initiative to evaluate the areas I needed help with, needed to have a conversation with my spouse about, or choose the next wise action for each hard moment. Sometimes that structure and support can look like reaching out for therapy so that you can gain practical tools. Part in the book names the journey from resentment toward willingness and helps moms see that emotional struggle does not mean they're bad mothers. It means something inside needs attention, support, and grace. The book also names loneliness, inner criticism, and negative self-talk as patterns that moms can learn to shift. The word should. Shoulding ourselves never helps anyone. When you hear yourself say, I should not be struggling, this shouldn't feel so hard, I should be enjoying this more, pause and ask, is this conviction or is this shame? Is this realistic or is this perfectionism? Is this helping me move toward more peace or deeper into pressure? Replace the should with one truthful next step. Affirmations. I can name what is hard without calling myself a bad mom. A difficult moment doesn't equal a difficult life. I can choose to speak to myself with loving kindness and compassion today. Remember, God's design has your wellness in mind. If this episode put words to something you've been feeling, you can order on Amazon Prosper in Motherhood and read chapters 10 through 12. If you want a safe space to work through anxiety, resentment, loneliness, or any other negative self-talk, you can book a free consultation at www.prospercounsel.com. The information shared on this podcast is for educational purposes only. Neither the host, guests, publishers, or producers are giving legal, financial, professional, or clinical advice. Consult with your own licensed professional before implementing.